everyone, welcome back to the Movie Buddy. I'm your host Josh Blumenkrantz, and today I'm continuing my CinemaCon coverage with Universal and Focus. They had a large variety of interesting films that were original, some a little franchisey, with big directors and some actors. So without further ado, let's get into it. So they opened with a really big surprise. There was a DJ playing, and then all of a sudden, Snoop Dogg comes out. Couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, I love Snoop Dogg's music. And yeah, he is doing a film about his life. And Brian Grazer is producing it. Jonathan Davis is going to play young Snoop. He didn't say anything, but he was there. And yeah, they start filming this summer. And that's something to definitely keep an eye out. So let's go Snoop Dogg biopic. Let's see his crazy life. I'm excited. Then we got a huge moment. Christopher Nolan came out to discuss The Odyssey. That's right, the most anticipated film of the summer. He talked about how this is a story that's been around for thousands of years, but he wants to bring it to a modern audience in a new way. And of course, it's being shot entirely in IMAX. They even developed new cameras to make this film. It's so exciting. I can't wait for this one. In terms of footage, they did show us the Trojan horse sequence again. We've been seeing that for the past year now, it feels like. But there was some new footage. There was footage about Charlize Theron and Hathaway's characters. You kind of see the heart of the story, which is really Matt Damon and Hathaway and Tom Holland. That's what Nolan said. So yeah, this is going to be a really big family story about how they get back to their loved ones during a war. So yeah, the effects look amazing, so practical. Just the scope of this film is insane. I really can't wait. It's going to be a huge awards contender, I think, across the board. Picture, I think Matt Damon's going to be, really big in this movie. I just got a feeling, he got so jacked. This guy, he is crushing it right now with his choices, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to see this film, and I think you should be too. So yeah, look out for The Odyssey coming in July this summer. It's getting closer. Then Illumination took over, and Jack Black came out to basically thank everybody for supporting Super Mario Galaxy movie. He loves playing Bowser. Me personally, I thought the movie was fine. It's not as good as the first one, but still, it's an enjoyable film for the kids and families, and it's making a lot of bank. So congrats, Illumination. You are just making so much money. And then they go to Minions and Monsters. And this is a really fun one, I have to say. I haven't really watched all of the Minion solo movies. I watched the Despicable Me movies, but not the Minions ones. But yeah, this is actually really interesting. It's set during the 1920s. It's during the birth of cinema, and the Minions are out looking for a boss to serve. They're out in the West. We see a very long clip. It's basically them riding horses. They're chasing a thief on this train. The train crashes into the town, so it gets off the tracks. It's pure chaos. And then there's police, cowboys everywhere. But then there's a twist. It's actually on a movie set. The director is played by Christoph Waltz, and the studio head is played by Jeff Bridges. And they bring the Minions to audition and become movie stars. And there's a whole arc where they try to become actors, but once sound is introduced, they can't succeed because the Minions don't talk, really. And then they get thrown out of the studio and decide to make up their own movie. So it's a very creative story. I love that it's a love letter to cinema and to film. And it puts the whole world at risk. It's a whole thing, but it's a love letter to filmmaking, and honestly, a lot more heart than I expected. So I'm excited to see this one, and I will actually go check it out because I love the premise. So yeah, look out for Minions and Monsters, yeah. And then after that, they rattled off some trailers, 3 in a row, and they went super quick. So this is the best I can kind of come up with in terms of my notes. So first one was One Night Only, which I've actually been looking forward to this. It's a studio comedy. It's from the director of that movie with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell, Anyone But You. And this has a wild concept. It's basically like The Purge, but instead of violence, it's about one night where premarital sex is legal. So we saw the trailer. It was very chaotic. So it stars Monica Barbaro and Callum Turner. So yeah, I think they have really good chemistry. Maya Hawke is also in it. Looks like a fun time. So be on the lookout for One Night Only coming out this August. And then they showed The Other Mommy. So this is a horror film with my favorite actress, Jessica Chastain. And this is a very creepy clip that we kind of saw. She's cooking, everything's acting normal, but then things get very unsettling. She's talking to her daughter, and things get very weird. There's a doppelganger element to it. She ends up being tangled under a table. She's all coerced, and then also in the car too. So it's very creepy. I've never seen Jessica in a creepy role like this, but I am all for it. Let's go. She can do anything. And then they showed the trailer for Violent Night 2. I actually haven't seen the first one. I will eventually. But yeah, this one looks completely unhinged in the best way. Santa's on the naughty list and kind of loses his sense of what Christmas is all about. And there's a fight scene using like a cookie dough tool, and it like rips skin off. It's disgusting. David Harbour once again is playing Santa Claus, and his Mrs. Claus is Kristen Bell. So yeah, that looks like a really fun one with all the chaos happening and everything. It's like funny, violent, and just totally ridiculous. But it'll be a fun holiday film. A big comedy moment. Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro come out for Focker in Law. It's been 15 years since the last one, and now Ben Stiller's son, played by Skylar Gisondo, is bringing home a girl, and that girl is Ariana Grande. Yes, post-Wicked, this is her first movie since then, and oh my god, she looks hilarious in the trailer that they showed us. It's online right now, but man, I just love the Focker movies. I mean, Little Fockers wasn't great, but still, like, just this whole universe, I love these characters. Like, we've seen them for over the course of like decades, it seems like, and I mean, it really is. But man, I just love the family dynamic, the crazy comedy, the situations that these characters get in. I think the dynamic between Ben Stiller and Ariana Grande is going to be great, because he's basically the age that Robert De Niro was in the first Meet the Parents movie, and now Ariana Grande is kind of the Greg, but also Robert De Niro is more accepting of her than he ever was with Ben Stiller, so that's just so much comedy, and I love it. But yeah, if you had to look out for Focker in Law coming out this Thanksgiving. Then Focus Features took over, and they showed us two movie trailers super fast. So first one was Sense and Sensibility. It's basically starring Daisy Edgar Jones. Feels much like a Pride and Prejudice type of film. Period drama, romance, classic storytelling, and it comes out in October. And then they showed another trailer for Werewolf, the new Robert Eggers film. Basically, it's that alone is like interesting because of like his style. It comes out Christmas. It's very creepy. It's very like Nosferatu-esque again. I think Willem Dafoe is in it. It's a good time. I feel like it's gonna be good for us cinephiles. But yeah, I'm really pumped for this one, and it comes out around Christmas. He likes to have films around Christmas, the scary ones. I don't know why that is. And then the final film that they presented to us was Disclosure Day. So we got a huge moment before that happened. Coleman Domingo came out and introduced Steven Spielberg, who was getting honored with an award. He gave this really moving speech. It's his first time ever appearing at CinemaCon, so that was super exciting because it was my first CinemaCon too. And the fact that Steven Spielberg shared that, like, wow, crazy. And then they talked about Disclosure Day, which is a very mysterious project. Spielberg said that he wanted to tell like original stories and create something that kind of felt like an experience in the theater, you know, kind of like something that you need a seatbelt for, you know. And yeah, basically Coleman Domingo interviewed him. It was really cool. And then we saw the new trailer. It looks very intense. So there's something about like aliens, language, and communication. So also, I'm going to give you a little spoiler warning. If you don't want to know what we kind of saw in this footage, it's a little bit spoilery. So if you don't want to know, skip this part. Okay, so Josh O'Connor's character, he seems to understand the language. It's almost like math, that's what he says. Emily Blunt is speaking it too, and apparently they met when they were kids, from what it looks like, that they were on a spaceship, and the deer that we see in the trailer, it turns out they're the aliens. So I don't know if they were probed, but something happened that they both can like still speak this language, or maybe the aliens can control them speaking the language. And then like even Emily Blunt warns Josh O'Connor not to go back to the house, or that Colin Firth's character, who seems to be the villain, is going to kill him. But Spielberg said, though, that he doesn't want to spoil what happens in the third act in any of the trailers, so good news for us not wanting to be spoiled. If you're watching any Disclosure Day trailers, there's no third act spoilers there, because Spielberg made sure. So yeah, that's basically everything for Disclosure Day, and that was the whole Universal Focus presentation. It was really fun. I mean, not as good as Warner Brothers, but still pretty good. Like, we had some pretty interesting movies and people who came out on stage. But yeah, that was my day 3 of CinemaCon. So yeah, it was quite the ride. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard, go and hit the subscribe button on the channel. Greatly appreciate your feedback and your support. And tell me what you are most excited about from any of these CinemaCon slates. I really want to hear. It's going to be quite the year for movies, and I'm super pumped. But remember, when you go to the movies, bring your buddy and talk about movies. Until next time, bye.